Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb. We've got a happy little replay here for you today. With a cost specialist pilot action, we're going up against an elite specialist here. So my purchasing of Mustangs here in the first round, I'm trying to cover against wasps, was actually just a really bad idea. Thinking to myself, oh, this guy could go wasps because he starts off with extra 50 supply as the elite specialist, right? But yeah, the wasps will be level 2, so he wouldn't actually be able to afford them. So it was just a really stupid decision. Luckily, I think things actually just about work out in our favor. Just because we stand up with 3 acolytes against just crawlers. And yeah, this is a damn interesting game. I actually just played it like 5 minutes ago and I thought, man, you know what, I'm going to save the replay. I gotta talk about this one. This one's got self-destructing rhinos. It's got wasps acting as like key carry units. It's got some huge steel ball players. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got some stupid flanking action. Because, you know, what video of mine doesn't have a stupid flanking player, right? And anyway, this is where it really begins, right? We get the option here to go for improved wasps. I'm checking out this lineup. Okay, he doesn't really have any anti-air at all right now. So unless he just happens to pick Mustangs in this very next turn, and like hard count my wasps right away, then these wasps are going to get some pretty immediate value against what he's running. You can see he actually goes ahead and picks up Marksman with his next buy as well. So we're just going to spam the wasps out straight away. So improved wasps gives increased attack by 60% on wasps, increased HP by 60%, and range by 20. And to be fair, the range is the biggest deal, right? 20 extra range on the wasps. They only have 50 range by default, so extremely low range. I think I flank with them immediately here. Yep, we do. And obviously I'm planning on moving these guys next turn. Why? Well, yeah, I don't want them to just be chasing around crawlers. You know what I mean? So I'm planning on spending the 50 supply on jump drive next turn. But I'm just thinking to myself, if I can just steal a win for this next round, maybe get some experience in some of my guys, then yeah, we're going to have a good old time. What I was not expecting is... Come on, where is it? Right on cue. Huh? Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't know why we only see it when the round starts, but yeah, this guy drops the goddamn max when he drops the goddamn rhino. I wasn't expecting this rhino at all. This rhino is such a good buy from this guy, honestly, for one reason and one reason only. And that's that our army is made up of, well, Stormcallers obviously suck against rhinos, but the less units there are in your army, we actually get the kill over here, which is lovely. The less units there are in your army, the better an early rhino is, because it just chews through these guys, right? A rhino killing off like even a pack of crawlers takes way longer than it takes for a rhino to kill. You know, a rhino can kill 3 acolytes and a unit of goddamn Stormcallers in the same amount of time it takes them to kill 1 pack of crawlers, you know? So like the less actual bodies you have on the field, the early rhino could be so good. So yeah, there it is. Let's speed this up. Bam, now our poor little wasps go down. So even though we get the backstab, we do actually drop the round here, man, which kind of sucks a little bit. Now we've got to figure out a way to deal with his rhinos. And when you look at that, subsidized steel ball is the next card that becomes available. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, okay, man, considering the others. No way. Subsidized steel ball, let's do it. Let's get some early balls in action, man. This is a unit I really don't buy very often at all, to be honest. So yeah, I'm quite excited to use these guys. Now what we end up doing with these steel balls is giving them the highest range I've ever seen on a steel ball unit. You could go a little bit higher if you get super lucky with very specific pilot cards, you know. It can happen, but still, the range is pretty funny on these balls by the end of the game, man. So yeah, balls to counter these guys. We move our wasps away from their flank here because they don't want them to die horribly, and it's almost certain this guy's going to... Like, the thing is, even if this guy doesn't build, like, Mustangs or Fangs here or whatever to counter my wasps, then the wasps are just chasing these crawlers and they're just going to run away from them. And it's just going to suck. Like, they're just not going to get anything done at all. So, yeah, we definitely move these guys away. I'm kind of preempting him, putting, like, Mustangs or something here. So I put them on this side of the map just so that they're dodging the Mustangs, you know. And he actually opts into Underground Threat. So it ends up being pretty lucky that we place the wasps on this side. Why? Because check out the goddamn threat, man. There it is, right there. It's going to distract my poor little steel balls for just a moment. But yeah, the wasps end up gunning these guys down quite nicely. But these rhinos, man, he's actually picked up a second rhino over here, so yeah, my steel ball doing what he can. But as soon as the rhino gets out of range, this guy just gets distracted, and oh, it's just a bloody disaster. Okay, these early rhinos, man, especially with the elite pilot, like, oh my god. they can be so good. Like, even if you don't upgrade them, it's still an issue that your opponent has to deal with, you know? So, yeah, in this case, it's me having to deal with that shit. And it sucks. I hate having to deal with early rhinos, man. Especially when it's a level 2 rhino. Like, what am I supposed to do? Buy, like, one hacker against this? Like, it will need to channel its hack for, like, fucking... For, like... It'll be like a 33-second hack or something, you know? Like, it's just not gonna end well, man. So, anyways, man, we pick up the missile strike there. I am able to get the level 2 on my steel balls here, so I give them increased range enhancement as well. Just to help them connect on these guys as soon as possible. And yeah, I'm pretty confident at this stage that I'm going to be able to deal with the rhinos. And so, yeah, I see that I believe he built 1 unit of fangs. So I'm like, okay, his anti-air is still really, really weak. And at the end of the day, I have these super buffed up wasps. Why not buy a couple more units and we slam an extra unit to flank on over here? Because, of course we do. It's me playing the video game, you know? We're always going to make these risky-ass flanking plays, man. So what's kind of interesting is that these Arclights as well are something that I'm keeping an eye on too. Arclight units, whenever they start to build up some XP and get towards level 2, level 3, it can be kind of cool to just like make a transition towards Arclights later on in the late game and really buff them up and buy some techs. So I'm just keeping this in mind for later on. I just want to make sure that I have these guys under control, you know? So yeah, I actually do buy an extra Arclight here as well because, yeah, the more units you have, the more those upgrades are going to be worth later on there. Those tech upgrades and stuff. Sadly, he slams down another unit of fangs here, so my wasps are just going to get kind of devastated. But yeah, these steel balls finally, for the first time, are going to take out this rhino, but... Oh, the self-destruct. Bro, this guy is like... He's like edging out the chess game every turn here at this point, you know? The sad thing about rhinos is that they actually don't scale so well. They don't scale so well. So, yeah. It's time for us at this point to start mounting a comeback. And as you can see, with only fang units, like to counter these wasps, again, these wasps have increased range because we've got the wasp upgrade card. I'm thinking to myself at this point, okay, bro, it is time to really lock this in now and make these wasps my main carry unit. But in order to do that, I need to make sure that he can't just go Mustangs to screw them up, right? And really dump like a ton of resources into Mustangs. I see the laser sights here. I don't even think about it. I'm like, bro, cool. Laser sights on these steel balls, dude. 120 meter range steel balls. That's like almost sniper range, by the way. That's almost unupgraded marksman, you know? They're at 140. So yeah, crazy, crazy range on the steel balls. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta kill these goddamn rhinos before they get super close with the final blitz, right? With the self-destruct. So that was the thinking behind that. And yeah. Excuse me while I just get a quick sip of coffee. Oh yeah, man. Vulcan comes down, lovely stuff. So yeah, I want to start making certain that I'm just going to win on this side of the map all the time. Dropping a Vulcan over here makes it so that basically all of his units over here are just going to die to this one unit. So that feels good. And that side is kind of covered at this stage. And now I'm making extra fang units here because I need a unit to slow him down right here, right? I was actually considering even building some Stormcallers and placing them like super far forward so they just get one shot off, hit his barrier, and then like delay the rhinos a little bit so that they die before they get in range with the self-destruct. But fangs just felt like a safer option. They're going to die way, way slower to the marksman. So yeah, we just drop a couple of fangs just to slow these rhinos down so that the steel balls can do their job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it's all about. And you might notice that I'm not really doing much with the wasps at this time. Again, I'm just prepping the board to make sure that we can deal with what he's got on the ground. And make sure that he doesn't go Mustang. Like, basically deny him the ability to go Mustangs. That's really sad. Look how many of our bros died there to I think that was a missile. But as you can see, the Vulcan over on this side of the board is just guaranteeing the win, right? It's just guaranteeing the win. It's always going to wipe out everything on this side. And so we're forcing him to respond over here now. Which is just as well because it's still pretty tight over here. This Maximum is doing a lot of work, so... Yeah. But again, we're just priming things to be ready for a huge swap into Phoenixes. I'm also, into Wasps. I'm also thinking at this stage as well, okay, if we just start to go things that can like destroy a Wasp swarm, then what giant unit can we go into? You know, I've got like a couple of plans that I'm kind of narrowing things down to. I like the look of Incendiary Bomb here just because he has so many small guys, and I spend a little while kind of tinkering around, okay, where do I want to place this? I was going to place it here, and wipe out all of these guys with the incendiary. But then I thought, okay, well, the Vulcan's going to deal with those guys anyway. So maybe it's a little bit better over on this side. Yeah, so we changed our mind with that one. I spent some supplies here to upgrade the arc lights, because again, the arc lights are actually starting to get some real value now, right? I actually give them some extra range as well, with the idea that they're going to stop and start shooting sooner. Hopefully before the rhinos get into range, and they can actually not die to the self-destruct, right? That's the Fangs' job. The poor little Fangs, they're always going to die to the self-destruct. There's nothing we can really do. Actually slam an extra unit of Fangs over here as well, just to delay a little bit longer. And you'll notice here, with my barrier placement, I'm placing it exactly where the rhino's been dying for the past like couple of rounds. And the plan is that even if it self-destructs very, very close to my units that are in the bubble, some of them should survive, right? The barrier should actually protect my boys from the rhino self-destruct, you know? So yeah, that's my thinking, man. We play some anti-flanking stuff here just because they had some spare supplies. I just like to do that every now and again. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, man. Another good reason to upgrade the arc lights at this stage as well is because enhanced range, upgraded arc lights, they kind of just mulch Mustangs. They kind of just annihilate Mustangs, you know? So again, we're kind of just ready to roll with the huge wasp spam. And check that out, man. Those guys die in the bubble, so it actually protects my steel balls. It protects the arc lights on the inside as well, and lets these wasps actually push into range a little bit. Goddamn lasers take down the barrier. The poor little lone marksman isn't going to be able to deal with these guys. He actually goes for an overload over here, by the way, which is like a huge buy. It just about trades evenly over here, but it's not going to matter so much. Our wasp is starting to get some real value now, so pretty happy about that. And this next stand here, man, is where, man, this is where it gets serious. This is where it gets serious, man. I think I pick up the barrier here, and then you can watch and cringe as I forget to put it on my Vulcan, because that's always fun, you know. It wouldn't be one of my games, wouldn't be one of my VOD reviews in Mechabellum without making like a massive goddamn misplay. So I buy the barrier and just don't use it. For one turn, I do use it next turn, okay. I'm like, oh god, it's just so embarrassing. But whatever, it's part of the replay, okay? I can't just not call myself out, you know? So yeah, I'm upgrading the wasps here a little bit as well. I'm thinking to myself, okay, he still hasn't responded to this wasp threat at this stage. I've got the wasp upgrade card. These guys are ready to go, okay? They're becoming prime at this point. I buy the goddamn energy shield upgrade on these guys. Why the energy shield? Because I'm thinking, well, he has overlords. They have very slow rate of fire with like these single damage, or like single target hit weapons. Same with his marksman as well. So the barrier is just very, very high value on the wasps at this stage. If he goes into mass Mustangs, it wouldn't be. He does have one unit of Mustangs now. So he's starting to respond a little bit. But yeah, it's, I don't think he was expecting this, for example, you know? At this stage, the board is primed for a goddamn wasp spam. And so that's what we're gonna do, okay? Oh my god, look at that, man. And I'm pretty sure I noticed at this point, oh, for God's sake, I clicked end turn without applying the barrier. I'm such a mongoloid, what the hell is wrong with me? He responds with the goddamn melting point over here too, which is kind of terrifying. But at the same time, it's just not good at all into my wasps, man. So yeah, it's bad news my Vulcan, but the wasp units don't give a damn about a melting point, particularly. Why? Because of this upgrade right here, man. Electromagnetic shot. Yeah, if he wants to go like split beam on his melting points to try and deal with the wasp, they can just get one shot on it and disable all of its tech. And this is absolutely huge. So yeah, the wasp swarm is just absolutely tearing through his board right now. We were just kind of baiting our time, or rather biding our time, for this huge swap into a wasp spam. And it feels grand, feels awesome, feels like it's going to work well, and it feels like, most importantly, this guy's probably a little bit too late to start responding to this at this point. And yeah, it just feels good. On to the last round. I can't remember what the last card options were here, man. Let me have a quick sip of coffee. Oh yes, Ion Blast. Dude, check out how many times I place this here, because he's got two giant units in a perfect line. I'm like checking, okay, they're both walking forwards. They're both walking directly forwards along the same path, so maybe I like, and then I like click on the overlord, which is a good tip, by the way. If you actually click on the overlord, the green square on the ground is where you can place like a battlefield ability. to take out the Vulcan. Sorry, to take out the Overlord. It's a good indication of where it actually is on the map if it's a little bit hard to see sometimes. So I place it down here, then I think I actually move it a few times because I'm realizing, wait a minute. What if the beam goes too far and it kills my Vulcan, you know? Or maybe I already did that, but I was really worried that my Vulcan was going to walk in too close, or the steel balls were going to get in too close, and the ion cannon was going to kill these guys, you know? Anyways, we do actually opt out for the electromagnetic shot on these wasps as well. I feel like the range is just not so much needed at this stage. Like, if I can get an electromagnetic shot off on the rhinos, then they won't self-destruct. That could be huge. It could be really good against the melting point, and yeah, the overlords too. I mean, and it just so happens, I believe this guy actually techs into field maintenance on his overlords for the self-heal. So the fact that we got electromag on the wasps just instantly counters it, which is just too funny, man. He actually opts for a second overlord here as well, and check out this ion cannon, dude. This goddamn ion blast. Oh my god. It's just the greatest. It's just the greatest, man. Oh wow, that rhino still exploded even though it got electromagnetic shotted. So you can't disable the self-destruct tech. But how good was that ion blast, bro? Oh my god. So anyways, man, the wasp spam is real. He's a little bit too late to react. Boom, there's the goddamn electromag on this overlord. It's not healing for anything now. And so these little carry wasps, man, are actually doing work against this guy. Check that out, man. Even the barrier saved some of these guys as well. Oh my god. So we've done like a wasp swarm before where we just outnumber the guy with like a massive gargantuan lob on of wasps. But these wasps felt like genuine carry units, man. Like if I got plus range on those guys too, like oh my god, they'd trade pretty well into Mustangs at that point because their range would be so insane, you know? Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you also enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch all you guys just a tad bit later.